Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your favorite, sometimes occasional talk show host, Rafa Esparza, saying hello. It's been a while since we've been able to talk to you, and I decided to go outside in my lovely apartment. As you can see, there's a little storage area right behind me. No big deal. That's how we bust out the big bucks for our fancy backdrop. I figured green would look nice today, so we'd come out here. Actually, I'm cleaning my house, so I don't really want to do it on the inside. Plus, it's kind of a nice day, where you can kind of see the beautiful ash that is falling from the skies of the wonderful California mountains. Unfortunately, there's been a fire that's gone out that way, and there's been so much ash coming around, it looks like an asteroid's about to hit. So it's been a very strange day. For those of you who have houses and property out that way, we hope everything is going okay for you guys. We hope you're safe. We hope you are keeping warm, but not on fire. Anyway, guys, so it's been fun to be able to do this. One of the things I've been intrigued with what Facebook is doing is that they're able to take now these live videos, because for the longest time trying to do anything on Facebook video component wise always required about 20 things that you had to do, and it would make things entirely difficult to get people to tune in and watch. So now that we have the ability to talk to each other, I think it's really cool to be able to catch up, say hello, see how you guys are doing. It makes the whole process of doing any kind of show or promotions way easier. I decided to put out this video today because I get notes from people all of the time. I get notes from people asking, do you miss doing the talk show? Do you miss performing in front of a live audience? And the answer is obviously yes. Performing in front of you guys is a true delight, and seeing it to be such fun. And people have been wondering, will we go back to Flappers? And the answer to that one is no. I do not believe we will be heading back to Flappers. We came to kind of a mutual agreement that they do their thing, they're enjoying themselves. I do not wish them ill. But for the future of Early Late Night, I've always thought what made sense. What makes sense for them, what makes sense for us. And they were always very gracious about giving us our start, and I was always appreciative of that. But I think we're entering a new phase for the show. About a year and a half ago, I started doing mini webisodes where I would go and I would do monologues and I would edit it, and it was a very time-consuming process that was further really given a bad taste in my mouth when my computer crashed. I can't tell you how or why. My computer just crashed, and as a result of it, all the hard work that myself and my team were doing, it was tedious to put out. So it got me thinking. I was looking for a live venue. I'm looking for different places that I would want to go, some places that I was really interested, we had conversations with, and it made me really excited to get back to doing it. However, those conversations would still short. Some places want too much money, some places are interested, and we're interested in doing business with them. But the live show, it just feels like we keep having to wait to get it going. Enter Facebook Live. So for those of you who are wondering what is happening with Early Late Night, the answer is very simple. We are going to continue making shows. And the nicest part about doing this is I have been in touch with all of the good friends from doing Early Late Night, and it is very nice and appealing to me to see them doing great things. A lot of our friends are now either through the Late Night Writing program through NBC, writing for programs like Late Night with Seth Meyers or The Late Show with James Corden. All over the place we see people freelancing or writing, and I gotta tell you, it makes me so happy to see so many of our talented staff members, people who have come on and done comedy. Our good friend Drew was on America's Got Talent. I look around and I see Whitney Rice killing it all the time, and I get really excited, and it makes me feel like what we did on the show was good, and it further reminds me that we have a ton of work to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm putting this now on my page. Look at this. I've got a baby iPad, and I'm going to tell people, hey, I'm live, tune in. And as I'm typing this, you guys can ask me any questions that you might have about the talk show. I'm happy to answer them. I feel it'll give us a good idea and talk a little bit about, like I said, about the future of what we want to do. Tune in and ask questions. Anyway, one of the things that I'm really excited about doing going forward is, like I said, I want to keep the show going. I love doing it. I love working with so many talented people. I love seeing them go on to do amazing things. And one of the things that really appealed to me about starting to kick the show back up is the possibility of seeing my friends. As of recently, I text my good friend Austin Stack all the time, and he's always, he texts me more. I would say he's better at that than I am. But when he's saying all of those things and reminding me how much he misses doing it, it's kind of a reminder that the show was always an excuse to see your friends. So when you ask about the future of what the show holds, here's what it is. Since it used to be very much controlled in the fact where we would go do the live show, since the tape segments took forever to do, and our show has always thrived on the live immediacy, I'm happy to tell you guys, we're going to bring it back on Facebook Live for the immediate future. So what does that mean for you guys? Well, it means that we're going to be able to interact with you guys. I'll probably do some monologues. I'm going to start looking at a segment called Monologue Mondays, where I can then start doing the topical jokes that I used to do that you guys know and love, and some of you didn't love, but you'll get over it. And getting people back to the idea of what the talk show used to be. Maybe bringing on guests, maybe having people come in and drop in. The nice part about the Facebook Live is that it makes it so that I can actually go other places and do the talk show. And hello, Logan. It's good to see you, my friend. It is good to see you chatting in there. If you guys, again, have questions, hit me in below. But here's the basic premise that I had and the rationale for it. Last week, I saw Jon Stewart appear on Stephen Colbert's show. And it was at a time when there was a crazy Republican National Convention that's just ripe with comedy and reasons to be made fun of, as all politics are. And it reminded me of the importance of what a good comedian and rhetorician can do. And I feel like Jon Stewart's absence has been felt, and it has been something that we see Samantha Bee and John Oliver sort of doing. But good commentary or good jokes are always needed in every 4 years when we have a major election. As you may know, every 4 years we get told it's the worst election of all time. This election matters more than every single other election that's ever happened. And it makes me feel like every few years we just look at the past election and go, that last election, that was cupcakes compared to what we're going to see this year. This is the real one. You've got Satan versus Mussolini. Who you going for? So that's why I feel the show has always had a good interconnectedness to politics and making fun of that and making people feel warm and happy at a time when there are so many things in life that seem so tragic, or you read the news and you get really bummed out. We took a great pleasure in making it so that you guys could escape and have some fun. And seeing people like Jon Stewart come and do his thing reminded me of the truly talented people who put together late night talk shows and what it can truly do. And if you're really noticing, like Seth Meyers had a great week last week. I thought he was really on his money. Colbert was untouchable. His shows were bar none the best. I feel like seeing those shows up their ante makes me at home sit back and go like, oh man, I want in. I want back in on doing the jokes that we so love to do for you and the show that we used to love doing for you. So again, the show will now live on Facebook Live for the interim time. What does that mean for the future of the actual live show? Very simple. We're looking for a new place out here in Los Angeles. I will tell you guys exactly what I'm looking for in a place, because I'm going to be asking you guys if you have suggestions on where we should take the show. Because I would love to do it out here in the Valley, so kind of North Hollywood, Burbank-ish area. A fair price to go ahead and do it. The ability to stream the show would be huge for us, because we know that we have a lot of fans in different regions of the U.S. And sometimes we even find out we have foreign fans, which is completely strange to me. But we want to look for those things so that we can then present the show the way that you guys loved seeing it. We want to do it once a month. We want to make the cover low, unlike Flappers that would have the 2-drink minimum and some less than stellar food. I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm just saying we can all agree that a 2-item minimum when cheese fries are there every single week starts to build up. So we're looking to take the show back again into a live audience. We want to make that happen, and more importantly, if we can get a streaming version of it, we can get all of our fans to interact and participate just like they can on this. So if you have questions about the show, about what you think we want to do, how we want to go about doing it, put it in the comment section below. I'll answer as best I can while I'm with you guys today, because I just kind of wanted to outline it. The other thing that we're going to be doing with the talk show is, I think for the time being, we're going to start it once a week doing monologue jokes. If you guys like it, we'll probably break that into a little bit more interviews. We may do Facebook Live, going to do remotes. I just feel that the Facebook Live has changed the game, and that we now have abilities to do things for late night that you haven't seen since Letterman. You know, when Letterman was in the 80s and would wear a stupid helmet cam and could go places, I think it brings a certain kind of experimentalness that I really think the late night forum has more than any other genre. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are excited to see us come back. Like I said, I know Austin Stack is just itching to be back and laughing and getting drunk at my expense. And I know that a lot of people have asked, you know, do I miss doing the show? And the answer is just yes. You know, I miss getting put in a suit and tie and wearing jeans, looking like I'm some sort of English teacher that's coming to substitute for a couple days. I think that was always an important aspect of the show. I think in the future we may get back to doing some song and dance numbers that I think you guys have enjoyed in the past. So we're looking to do all of the favorite things that you guys really appreciated about the show. And part of our direct marketing is we want to know what you guys love about the show. What have you missed? Where would you like to see us? What would you like to see me do? Are there places in the community within Los Angeles that you'd like to see me go and perform at? It's entirely possible. I could go perform at the beach. Who knows? Like I said, Facebook Live, changing the game. So that's the relative idea of it all. And I guess the other reason why it kind of came into the fold was I was recently watching a short little documentary made by people who worked with David Letterman. And it was a short little video, 2 parts, about people who used to work for the Letterman show. And it said, Life After Letterman. And it was these staffers who worked on a show from anywhere between 10 to 30 years on the Late Night with David Letterman talk show, even stemming back to his days when he was on the early morning program. And you had all these people who worked for so long for a show that they loved, and it became a routine, that once they lost that, they lost the ability to have a sense of themselves. And having worked for The Tonight Show for 5 years, I experienced that too when The Tonight Show went to Jimmy Fallon back in New York. You kind of go crazy. So you love doing these things, you love being in front of an audience, you love writing jokes and doing the whole late night thing. And it really reminded me, again, with the late night thing that they had, watching all of these staff members talk about their journey of having to redo their resume, having to redo their life, hit a reset button, not know if they could do anything, and I loved it. So again, the name of the little short doc, I believe it's written by Dave Kim. I'm not sure if I said that right. He used to work for the Late Night Show. I believe it's on his Twitter. He has an account for it. But look for the name Life After Letterman to see what I'm talking about, because watching those people's journeys reminded me of how exactly fun this was. And watching them talk about the last days on the show, I could relate to the last days of The Tonight Show, and I could relate to seeing the chaos that was there. And I think that's what I miss the most about doing the talk show live presently, is that when you do a talk show live, there's nothing like the rush of seeing people react right in front of you. Anybody can sit down at a desk and talk to you. That one blonde, Tammy Lauren, she just yells and screams at people for like 20 minutes at a time. Anybody can do that. But it really takes talent to foster and to get people to laugh and enjoy themselves, and seeing other people who have lived and experienced that sort of thing makes me really happy. So that's it. That's kind of the shabazz, if you would, the whole concept of us doing the talk show going forward. I think we're going to go back to our roots. We will do our monologues, we will do some guests, we'll do some on-site fun sort of things, but it's all going to come back to starting with the monologue. And I really want you guys to give us interaction. I think that's the best part about Facebook Live, is I can look down and I can see that you guys are talking to me. For example, I see Joe Cardenas saying, "What's up, Raph?" Dude, this is what's up. What's up with you, man? That you have that ability to interact with your audience has always been the livelihood of the late night talk show format. And whenever I was on stage, I always had people who would laugh at a joke, and if they didn't laugh, then you would kind of figure out like, uh-oh, well, how do we fix this? And there's nothing like that rush. So the ability to interact with you guys and see you down here chatting with us, it presents all of these new opportunities that I think could be very fascinating. Especially considering, like I said, right now we've got a Republican convention. I mean, the Democratic one's coming up now, but the Republican one last week. But the Democrats right now, they got people voting for Bernie Sanders who are booing their actual candidate who is going to get through it. If you can't laugh at that sort of stuff, I don't know how you survive this political season. Especially after the shit show that was watching the Trump sons talk about their nonsense about traveling the world via golf courses and seeing what kind of terrible, decrepit golf courses mean for the greater aspect of America. I know when I think about things, the first place I look for the deterioration of America is on a golf course. I'm just saying. Although Ivanka, she's great. She's class. You guys don't make fun of her. As one classy lady, I will tell you this right now. If Ivanka was 20 years younger, I would bang the shit out of her. And yet people, not a problem. Totally cool to say. Feels her up at the convention while he's doing all of that. A+. Good job, Donald Trump. So I know that you guys are probably looking for political comedy that's going to keep you a little bit more, hopefully get you through this political season. I just know that when I sit back and I'm watching a lot of the commentary get put in, you do get a little sad that you're on the sidelines. So we're going to be looking to make fun of all of those things and much, much more. And we're also going to be looking to, make America great again. I think that's what we're going to do. Joe Cardenas, we screwed. Well, yeah. I don't know how many times we look at the political season and ever think we're not screwed, though. I think a lot of people have a valid point in bringing up the third party. I think a lot of people would love to see the third party. I think it'd be very fascinating to see how that would go. But that hasn't really truly existed just in terms of a large statistical number since Ross Perot. And you have to think, that guy was also crazy. So what happens when you have two crazy candidates and then you say, let's put in someone who seems actively kind of normal? I don't know. But yeah, long of the short of it is, we need to have some people be some kind of guiding force to hopefully get us through this ridiculous political season that it will be. Plus, can I be honest with you guys? I really want to just tell you this right now. I don't like the Olympics. It's not American to, it's not un-American, I'm sorry, to say that you don't love the Olympics. But are they going to happen? Are they actually going to happen in Rio? The water there is sewage. It's in ruins. If we're talking about the fact that we have a bad political climate and system, do you think that, out there in Rio, they look at us and they're like, man, you think we got it bad? Look at those guys. And I don't, I like the Summer Olympics better than the Winter Olympics. The only thing about Winter Olympics is the curling and all that nonsense. But why are we getting excited about this every single year? I find that whenever the Olympics do happen, it is nice to have somebody who can walk you through it, who's not Bob Costas with the terrible pink eye. So I am making the pledge to you right here, right now, I will not get pink eye during this Olympic season. You can take that to the bank. I have to admit, seeing likes happen the minute I say I will not have pink eye is not only encouraging, it's American. It makes me know that my job is really worth doing here on this talk show. Joe Cardenas also said Bernie was the normal one. Yeah, he was the normal one. But the thing about Bernie is, Bernie's also crazy. Let's be very clear. I like Bernie a lot. I have a lot of respect for him. But anything works that man up.
Everybody, I want to say that if you get to the top 1% of what's going on in America, we can say that the top 1% is 1% more than the other top 25%.
Which is always like, our crazy uncle is the most logical person. And then on the other side, our crazy racist uncle is the Republican nominee. And then I mean, say whatever you want to say about Hillary. It's already been said. I don't even, like, half the times I think I just need to read jokes about Hillary in particular, and I don't have to do work. I just have to say what she did. She deleted her email. She's an old grandma. Uh-oh. And I love that, you know, you can tell people, I love this about this. I feel the Hillary political season is the best season of House of Cards. I think that they might as well just call this whole campaign that she has the next season of House of Cards. Because I think that they think, I mean, some people who dislike the Clintons, that Hillary and her husband, Bill, just literally sit on the porch and go, who should we scheme? We should take out Germany. Yes, Germany. Take them out now. And when people talk about the idea that Hillary was, you know, Hillary Clinton of being treasonous to America, I think you could say she's careless, maybe. But I don't necessarily see Hillary Clinton sitting on the side of the streets being like, yo, 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 I got some nuclear codes for $50K, yo. You want these nuclear codes? Here, just shh. Don't tell anybody. We're the Clintons and we're just fucking evil. We don't give a fuck about you guys. So I think that's why I'm always entertained on how people view the Clintons, view Hillary. You look at Bernie. He is the sane one, yeah, I guess. But even his supporters right now, you know, they sometimes go all over the place. And I think they're going to make the convention a little contested over the next couple days. But you know that something is quite nice that unites the United States of America when both political parties are chanting "lock her up" at both conventions. So, you know, maybe there might be progress for some people here. I'm just saying. Which, by the way, who came up with "lock her up"? Because I want to know the people who start the chants and how they come up with them. I want to know if they sit at home and they go, hey, I got a chant that I was thinking for Hillary. Can I run it by you? She is crooked. She is crooked. Nah, not that one. How about, delete your email. Doesn't work. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Yeah, that's the one. Let's go with that. Anyway, now that we've gotten the Raph Esparza political hour of comedy through the doors, like I said, we're just going to be here to hopefully usher you through it, talk you through some of the good and the bad that will come through. I do know that a lot of you guys are so fun to chat with and to talk and to get things going on for the Early Late Night Talk Show. And on behalf of myself, all the writers, everybody who's been a part of our show, we just want to say thank you guys for always keeping us in mind, for checking in on us. It has always meant the most to us. And part of the reason we were looking to put this on closer to 5 o'clock is I know you guys aren't working. Let's be very clear. You're at work right now, but you're not doing work. You're looking at this idiot on this screen talking to you instead of closing out the day's work. In fact, I would venture you probably didn't work much today. That's okay. That's why we want to make you laugh. So if you guys want to make us your destination for comedy over the next few months, please share this video. Tell people that you want to see us on our Facebook page. You can go to Early Late Night with Raph Esparza. You can tell us what you guys want to see. You can tell us what kind of interviews that you'd like us to do. All of those sorts of things we will start compiling and getting back to work because we have missed you guys and it's been far too long since we've really done some early late night work. And I am so excited to get back and start making jokes that'll either make you think, hate me, or really hate me. Those are the extremes. If you guys, again, follow us there. Follow us on the Instagram at Early Late Night. And you obviously can see me do my stuff on the podcast every week on Verbal Tap, that other one. And then I'm also doing another pro wrestling podcast, which is called Heel Section. You guys can check that out on my personal SoundCloud, which is at Raph Esparza. Let us know what you guys like. If you like pro wrestling, totally cool. If you don't, you're just a communist, but that's fine. Anyway, like I said, we're excited to get back to work. We'll keep you guys abreast of what's going on with Early Late Night as it continues to grow back again. We're going to be looking to do these shows live once a week. So carve out about 20 minutes on your lunch break so that you can catch up with your friend Rafa Sparza. And like I said, if you guys can do this, I know you guys are watching, make the likes and the little, like, I love when I see the things float. Because it always makes me feel like I'm on acid if I see hearts and likes just float on by. And there's nothing quite like an acid trip that I don't have to pay for. So if you guys can just, see, like that one right there. That's a thumbs up sign. I like that. I love it when it rains the heart sign, though. It rains the heart sign and it rains the crying, laughing sign, because then it tells me I'm doing my job right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We're going to see you guys back in a week's time. Also, let me know what time works best for you. We'll figure out a way to make that work. Because if you guys like this better at noon, we'll do it at noon. If you want to do it closer to the end of the day so the boss doesn't know you're just watching me do this nonsense, we're happy to do that too. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys very soon. I hope you missed early late night. But more than that, I hope you guys know we have missed seeing you, and we will see you very soon. Peace. Oh, how do I turn the shit off? I literally just put finish and it didn't turn off. Listen, I'm pushing finish. I'm not that old. And I am going to say